The win streak has finally come to an end. Honestly, of course, these losses don't really affect me that much. You know, they're part of a winning system, as everybody says. It's just the way it happened. You know, this was very, very easily avoidable. I'm gonna get into the mistakes that I made today. Oh my! This fucking chair makes all the noise in the world, doesn't it? All right. What else do I have to say? Yeah, we hit a break-even trade before this, as you can see right there. And then we took a loss, very avoidable, as I said before. We're gonna get into, why I took it, the mistakes I made, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into it because yesterday's recap was 20 minutes. Insane. I was like yapping at the beginning, and then I literally said, "All right, let's finish this in less than like 10 minutes." Ended up being 20 minutes. It's like 19 minutes and some seconds. It's crazy. I need to work on my time management because there's no reason for a recap to be that long. So let's actually try to get this done in at least 10 minutes, all right? At least. Preferably less than that. But I do have mistakes to cover, so might go a little bit above 10 minutes. But as you can see, right when I opened the charts up, I didn't even have to really do much of an analysis to know that we're bearish, okay? As yesterday happened, we inversed these two gaps, showing us signs of us flipping on that higher time frame, turning bearish, in which we did again today. We respected this gap, pushed down out of it, and then we respected this gap right here, as well as ES, as you can see right there. And start pushing down. We come take these lows out. And this candle wasn't all the way down here. Remember, this is showing the 9 through 10 a.m. price action because the replay mode is skewed and stuff like that. But yeah, we were already in this. We already had tapped this 4 hour. So honestly, I was just trying to see if like we would respect this and maybe push it up towards this 4 hour right there. Not really my bias. Of course, I'm leaning more towards shorts, but I'm always having an open mind for anything that shows up. That's a part of my setup. So just gotta keep my mind open for, or my eyes open for different types of scenarios. So that's that. If we're going out, I'll skip the 1 hour completely. Again, respect fair value gaps. Inversing all these gaps, pushing out of there. Respect this gap right here. Hourly fair value gap right there as well. As you can see, we're in that 4 hour. Not really much to look at since the 4 hour pretty much told us everything. On this 15-minute, we have this 15-minute that I marked out right there. We have this hourly. We have this unmitigated gap up there. 4 hour up here. Honestly, I didn't mark any of this up here because I'm not looking for buys at all today. I'm just strictly looking for shorts. Before we get into the actual trade, I'm going to show my draws for today. We're down here. Pretty unrealistic considering how much we are overextended to the downside. So it's kind of far-fetched for us to come all the way down here, especially, look at this movement right there. We already had a bunch of volatility overnight. Preferably wanting ES to take this out because we were lower at the time. But yeah, we had this 15-minute that I was targeting right there too. Yeah, pretty much these two draws right there, this 15-minute imbalance and this gap right here, and then maybe like the body close on the hourly instead of, go ahead and mark that out right here. I'll just do the body close. I mean, the wick's not too far from it, so we'll just do that. Let's go in the 15-minute or the 5-minute, whatever. So we already determined we have a 15-minute right there. Let's hop in the 5-minute and get in the market open. Okay. Where's market open? Right here. Boom, we tap this 15-minute. Okay, it's market open. We have, 10 minutes till market open. So I'm going to do 1 minute before market open. We tapped into the 15-minute, and we have this 5-minute that would look perfect for shorts, right? Go to mark that out real quick. Where is it? There we go. All right, we have the 5 minute. Of course, we have other time frame fair value gaps, but not worried about that. Just looking at the 5 minute because it's the highest time frame. We're gonna go in the 1 minute for this one though, because this one was pretty special. So I did take this one on the eval. I de-risked just because it was market open. I didn't take this on a live account strictly because of that. Actually, I'm not used to taking. Actually, I don't really like taking market open trades. I preferably like to wait until like at least 9:40. But the best time that I would like to enter is around the macro, so 9:50. So yeah, around 9:40, 9:50, when that macro starts. 9:40 and up is when I'm looking at trade. This one was 5 minutes after market open, and I don't like getting caught in any Judah swings or any manipulation legs and stuff like that. So I de-risked on this trade, and I took it on the eval. My gosh, this chair. Let's just go ahead and skip right into the entry. Okay, yeah, so we do get, this is right at market open. This is the new 5 minute. So we're just waiting on this 5 minutes to close. And as I'm waiting for this 5 minutes to close, one thing I'm also paying attention to is this. Let me delete this 5 minute. Is this imbalance right here, right? If I delete that, you can see the midway point is what I'm looking to get hit right here. Just for that extra juicy confirmation that we're going short. Of course, I want to get all the confirmation in the world. So we're taking a really early trade like this. So, boom, we tap that midpoint right there. And we do the same right here on ES. And as I said in the previous video, that stuff about the equal highs, look at this, man. Oh my goodness, look at this. Equal highs, equal highs, equal highs, equal highs. Equal highs, equal highs, equal highs. We have even more that's hidden right here. We have equal highs here, equal highs, equal highs, equal highs, equal highs. And we just made a set of equal highs right there. It's pretty invisible, but that's fucking crazy, bro. Oh my goodness. Alright, but let's get back into it. Dude, that's like over a dozen set of equal highs. That's insane. Oh my gosh, we might have to make that a strategy, bro. But anyways, after we tap this midpoint, I'm just waiting for respect out of here for more confirmation. Of course, that's the last piece of confirmation I need to enter. And we get a really nice close right here. All right, this is screaming bearish momentum. And not only that, but right when we close right here, look, I'll even mark it out. You gotta mark the trade out. Because this is based off a 5 minute inverse, so we have to put it at that high. Right when we get that really nice bearish momentum candle, we also invert. That's the same time we inverse this 5 minutes. So everything aligned perfectly. TP at this 15 minute. This is that body close. Wasn't really paying too much mind to it, but it was just this 15 minute, and then here. And since I did de-risk, I was risking 1% instead of 2. So we would aim for 1 to 3 right here, but we're just gonna put this here because this is the target we're aiming for. One thing that's really unfortunate is when I do take these evals, I don't really partial, and honestly, I should. In cases like this, if we have a high RR, I should have definitely partialed right here. But we were risking 1%, so that is a big reason why I didn't. See, this is the 15 minute, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and just go down to that 1 minute and brush through this trade real quick. When we come down, tap that 15 minute, and oh gosh, bro, this would have been a perfect partial because we came up to a little bit over a 1-to-1. Almost a 1.5, damn near 1.5, right? Perfect for my risk to reward ratio. Dude, if I just risked 2%, we could have, passed this account, but it is what it is. We ended up getting break even on here. Boom, break even right there. And let me actually rewind that real quick. Right here. Okay, this is where I took the re-entry and took a loss. Major loss, right? After we get break even, I see we fill this 5 minute completely. One thing I really wanted to see was ES take this 5 minute right here and maybe make like an SMT or something like that. But, we're not always going to get what we want. So we do tap this 5 and fill this 5 minute. We don't tap EQ, which is one thing I don't like, and we don't tap this 15 or this 5 minute up here, which we came very close to. But we did tap EQ this range, filling this fair value gap. So we had everything in check. Now we just go down to the lower time frame. We have one 1 minute inverse right there, and we have a 2-minute inverse right there, and then we have a 3-minute inverse and nothing else right there except for that. So this is where I messed up right here, right? This is the 3-minute inverse, and I'm gonna mark the 2-minute inverse because you'll just see right here. All right. Boom, boom, boom. We inverse that 1 minute right there. And then on the 2-minute, I'm just waiting for this to get inversed. And we're just waiting. It's kind of stalling right here. And then we do get that close. And I'm supposed to wait for this 3-minute to get inversed. And at the time, go back one. This is like what the 3-minute looked like. And on the 2-minute, boom, we got it. So I did take an early entry. I did, it was like, I think a little bit over, like a minute and some seconds, maybe 2 minutes. My lips are dry until that 3-minute close. And I was, honestly, this break even kind of got to me a little bit because, you know, we literally tipped it. We ticked this break even. Goodness, the stuttering problems are so annoying. We ticked this break even point and then reversed a little bit right here. So that kind of got to me. And so I was like kind of itching for a re-entry. So that could probably be a major contributor to why I took this impatient trade. As I was saying, we still had like a minute, maybe 2 minutes until that 3-minute close. I didn't want to get a later entry down here, so I was like, let me see how this 2 minutes go forming right here, right? And we do get this rejection wick, but at the time, it was like a full body candle right there. So I entered like around right here, and I was like, yeah, I don't want to wait for that 3-minute because I want to get a good RR. So I'm gonna take a premature entry. Stops at that high right there, and then of course targeting where we originally were. And then on this trade, I did end up risking 2%, which is sucks so much. De-risk on a good trade, and then I up the risk on a bad trade. Like, what the fuck kind of risk management is that? That's like beginner level shit, bro. Like, come on, bro. And then we end up rejecting, like, I was looking at the little countdown timer right here for the candle close, and literally we were about to inverse this gap, and then it was 3, 2, and right when we said 1, we jumped up and respected this imbalance. And right then and there, I knew I was fucked. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. That's so unfortunate. And honestly, I should have left right there. I was down 200. I was down like 200. Around when I was contemplating, I was like, I could leave this right now because it isn't my model. But at the same time, I still had conviction that we would go lower. So definitely could have avoided this. Not only, avoided this all like completely, but I could have definitely avoided it even after I took the trade by just simply leaving after taking that premature entry and then getting just straight up denied. But I decided to stick it. Boom, boom. And one thing that I didn't like either, that I didn't notice, and as you can see, I get railed, is my stop is at a 15-minute fair value gap. So to be honest, today it all was going well at the beginning, and then I just started getting impatient for the re-entry. And because of me being impatient, I lacked my awareness. I don't know how I got blindsided, bro. Like, I didn't see this 15-minute right here. And as you know, I don't, as I said in the previous videos, I don't like putting my stops ever at unmitigated 15-minute, unmitigated 5 minutes, any type of unmitigated gap. I don't like putting my stops there because, it's very likely that price is going to retrace there. And so once I saw this 15-minute, I saw it's getting close to it, and I was like, I'm going to extend my stop just a little bit. Boom, extended it a little bit. And then I extended it a little bit more once this candle came up. And it was like around right here is when I stopped. Or I don't know where it was, but of course I ended up losing more than 2%, which I was honestly willing to take that risk. It's an eval, so I really don't care about the evals. It's not like it's a live account or anything. If this was a live account, trust me, I'm not that stupid to do that. This is like an eval trade, so I can pretty much do whatever the fuck I want. But yeah, ended up this is the loss we took. Could have definitely avoided it if we were just patient and stuck to my model. Literally the only thing we messed up on today was just, sticking to my rules. But at this, it's kind of hard because this was more of a discretional trade off this 2-minute. It was just more of me willing. I was willing to take that risk. You know, I was pretty confident in price going lower. One of the best RR. But yeah, this showed me I should just be patient and maybe just stick to the regular entries and save it for ultra high conviction trades, because if I really do think about it, the drawdown here doesn't really seem too reasonable, especially how overextended we are. But yeah, that's the trade recap for today. And actually, let me go over this because I did give my friend Vincent a signal right here, because he had, I think, he had a blower pass an account today on, it was an eval, and he was just waiting for an entry. So here is where the entry happened. As you can see, we're accumulating right here. Okay, so we tap into this hourly. Let's see what else happened. We tap into the hourly. This is important right here. We have an unmitigated 15 gap, unmitigated 15 minute gap. Did not save. Okay, there we go. Excuse me. Okay, yeah, so we tap into. That's not even an hourly. Am I tripping? That has to be like a 4 hour. What? Okay, yeah, it's an hour. I was looking at the 15 minute. That was not bad. Okay. So I honestly learned something from this too, like as well. Well, not really learned it. It just came more to my attention and just was kind of like a sign for me to pay more attention to this. So we have our accumulations on right here. We do technically manipulate out of here. We take this high right here, and we get this inverse. And he's just begging me for a signal because he's just trying to, I don't know, gamble, whatever. So I just shout this one out real quick. Let's see, this is 5 minute. Honestly, this kind of one looks really nice. My nose is running. I need to blow my nose so badly. I don't know. Okay, we have a 15 minute down here. Honestly, this seems reasonable. Let's just align. We have a 15 minute. So it's a 5 minute and 15 minute. Target's right here. I really do like this low on the 1 minute too as well. This sweet low right here. Okay, break even point at the beginning of this, at the end of this accumulation zone right here. Entry right there, and this is one thing that we do have S&T as well. So everything aligned, and this trade actually lost, and got happy for it. It's kind of funny, but if we go back and run this back real quick, a manipulation is supposed to be. Let's see, we have like a brush or something. No, it's right here. Here we go. So for boom, boom, boom. We don't just manipulate like barely past that and then go down, right? It's more something that's like boom, 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 boom. And this, we don't really get that. As well as, I mean, it's good enough. It's a good enough manipulation for me. It's a reasonable trade. But one thing that, because I wasn't doing any analysis, it was just a call out that I saw. I wasn't even looking to trade anymore. I just had the charts up. Yes, for a signal, so it wasn't like, I don't know how this would have went out if I was paying attention. But we had this unmitigated 15 minute right there. As you can see, we don't tap that 15 minute yet. So that's something you should have definitely waited for, or you could have definitely waited for. This is still valid to me personally. Yeah, you would have lost right there. And then once this 15 minute gets tapped, I think we put in another S&T right there. And then we get that inverse right here. So we'll go ahead and just adjust this. Stops at the high. Target's down here, and break even point right there. Oops. Now let's see if this hits. I don't know if it hit full TP or not. Do we do retrace? Get very close right here. Do we put in S&T? No, we make a pair of equal highs. Let's see if ES kept this up. If this kept this high, or these equal highs right here, this thing is broken. I'm gonna have to turn this into a model, bro. I'm literally gonna have to turn this into a strategy. Boom, double confirmation right there. We do inverse this gap, but if you're a risk taker, you could take this right here. This extra confirmation right there. Boom, break even point hits. Okay, you got break even right there. Not break even here yet. Oh, break even. Okay, you got break even. Stop loss didn't get hit here yet. Let's see if full TP gets. Okay, we're not getting full TP. Yeah, but let's see if these held. Okay, yeah, as you can see, these equal highs right here that we made actually held, and then we pushed low as heck. Let's see if ES took the 15 minute. Okay, ES did take that 15 minute right there, as well as that 5 minutes. So there wasn't S&T that you could have definitely looked out for, so you wouldn't have got break even. But ooh, if this got hit, this is perfect. I don't think it did. Okay, we edged it. Okay, yeah, I would have definitely got break even here. If I took that, but yeah, pretty nice trade. Played out pretty nicely. It still hit for like over 1 to 1, like 1.5. Yeah, pretty decent trade. Winning trade. This shouldn't have even been a trade at all. There was longs off here, right here, because we did actually. If there's an S&T, there's longs. No, no S&T. This isn't even a long for me right there. Me personally, not a long. I don't see any other inbounds to be respected. Oh, there we go. 3 minutes. When I fucking took the inverse off, what was I thinking? I'm so stupid. This is why you don't do trade recaps like 14 hours after you actually traded. But yeah, we have that inbound respect, and then we have that 1 minute inverse confirmation right here. We have inverse right here, and then right here, and boom, you took this to the bank. Hella. We still ran up too. Yeah, that's basically the trade recap for today. Hopefully it's not that long. Yeah, real quick summary. What can we learn from this trade? What can we learn? Yeah, from these trades is here we did well. And we were gonna hold for full TP. Unfortunately, just got break even. And then this trade, I did not take that trade. I wish we did. This trade right here. Just all I had to do today was just be. I don't even care about market. All I had to do for today was just be patient. Be patient, right? I should be itching for a re-entry just because we hit break even. And that's pretty much it. Just be patient. Big lesson, big wake up call for me. I can't get too comfortable taking these crazy discretional trades. All I had to do was wait for that 3 minute. Boom. It's all could have been avoided. But it is what it is. We live the trade another day, of course. And we'll just take what we learned today, apply it to the next trade. Don't make these stupid mistakes again. If I do, then there's actually got to be something wrong with my mental. If I make the same mistake tomorrow, which I know I won't. Honestly, not too sure if we're gonna trade tomorrow. If we do, that'll be great. I can get back up green on the week. Well, actually, I'm still green. We're still barely up on the evals that I got this week. And oh yeah, excuse me, we're still up on the live. We hit a banger on Monday. I forgot. So we're still green. We're definitely green. We hit banger on live on Monday. We're just slight green on the evals. But yeah, that's the trade we got for today. I'm done with this shit. Oh my gosh, it's 12. Yeah, I gotta get to bed, bro. Peace.